Please meet him.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chantry House Baltimore. I'm Mage, the Ascension 20th Anniversary Sorcerer role-playing game. We're here. As you notice, we're down 2 players. Vex and Hera are doing whatever it is they do. So we're down a group, smaller than normal, but hey, we're gonna give it a shot and see how fun we have. All right, Katrina,
Huh?
what was happening last time?
Ah, shit. Um, so we talked to the guy who had been robbing people using the Hand of Glory. We figured out that he had been, I think it was like somebody paid him to find the Hand of Glory, right? Or did someone just give it to him?
It was
I think
he,
maybe
he was
somebody
searched
gave
for.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody gave it to him, and then they were like, "We were giving you this Hand of Glory. Go do a couple of robberies for us, and we will give you this awesome spell book tome that we have in exchange." And then we kicked in his front door and we're like, "Hey, we're trying to be sneaky, but we accidentally walked directly into your line of sight." Um we got the Hand of Glory, figured out what lighting all the fingers does, and apparently you really don't want to light the middle finger. Um and locked it away, and I think the next two like items that we know that we were thinking of looking into was the mask of somebody's face that I think like lets you disguise yourself as somebody else. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
And a coin that may or may not be possessed by an evil spirit.
Sounds wonderful.
Sorry, I'm distracted because there's a baby behind me trying to raid your backpack for goodies.
Mm.
Didn't Trying to remember if they told us what the chandelier did or if they just alluded to it and we still don't
I
freaking know.
don't think he actually told us. I think that was like a joke that we still don't know what it does.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because he was like, you obviously know what it does, because he wouldn't have bought it if you didn't know what it does. And we're all like, yeah, no, we wouldn't have bought it if we didn't know what it does. Of course we know what it does. What does it do? And he's like, anyway, by the way, and sort of doing something else in the conversation. We're like, shit. So no, we don't know in character what it does still.
We're just
Nice.
going to use it for a light source like any normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Warm, tingling light source.
Oh god, that's right. We tingle while we're under it.
You like to tingle?
Leilani, the baby does the baby. God damn it. The dog does not want to drink from your bottle.
Or at least she's trying to share.
She tries to share everything with him, but no, shit, that's the wrong one. But doesn't realize that he mostly just wants her to leave him alone.
That hair ribbon is going wild considering you ducked your head down.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it off, and that's why my camera went out. There we go.
Yeah. So we'll pick back up and yeah, you don't have a name for it, but the headquarters.
We should
I mean,
name
Hotel.
this place.
I thought it
We're
was,
sort of renting it.
yeah, I thought we were basically guests at a hotel that was already established to be a base.
I mean, it doesn't have a name though, and it's ours for at least several months.
But we're not the only tenants, though, are we?
No, I think we are.
I
It's
thought
Yeah,
this
basically
for
was like
us.
a hotel.
It
it.
used to be a hotel,
Yeah, I think it was abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
it was
Okay.
it's
converted for use.
essentially you and occasionally Cassidy, who is your handler, and another person occasionally shows up who works for Cassidy.
Okay. I don't know where I got the rest of that information then because I thought there was a
Probably just an
lot of other people.
assumption because it's a hotel.
I do that a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
trying to get better at it though.
Mhm.
But not making assumptions.
So
I
what's
think
your
it's good to
Okay,
get better at making assumptions.
so-
We have two things to track down.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I would suggest
Hmm.
Pizza party.
we know,
Mhm.
have we looked through our like list of stuff to determine what we know about masks that can disguise yourself as somebody else and haunted coins?
Q looked up the mask, and there's two possibilities for the mask. One of them is that you put it on and you look like a person, like a specific person, I think. And the other one, you put it on and everyone sees you as someone that they want to see in some way, like
Oh,
their ideal person or something like that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, if it's just one is you look like their face and the other one is everyone thinks you look like them, what's the difference? But no, I get it now.
Yeah. Oh, you put some blood on it and it makes you look like the person whose blood it is. And the other version is people who look at it see a person they're attracted to.
Does it say
And they
how
get-
much blood? Are we talking like a drop or like you gotta slit somebody's throat for this shit to work?
I mean, it's a good question. Hopefully less than all of it.
Pint per hour.
Yeah, I don't know. Did
Um,
the notes say that, Kevin?
The book, or what you said, essentially it's enough. You basically have to kind of soak or put the face in enough blood to
That's
kind of
the
cover
sig-
the inside.
Like the
of-
red
Yeah,
one?
that's a significant amount of blood.
Yeah, you couldn't just get that from someone when you walk past them with a needle.
Well, he said just enough to cover the inside of the mask. That could be just as about what, half of a blood bag.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, like it's not
probably way
it's
less
not
than
enough.
that.
It's not a deadly amount, but
But
it's
it's
more
still
than a
Still,
obscene.
blue.
yeah, like
They
a
would
blood
notice
bag
you
is
took
still
that.
like
It's enough to note for
I'ma
them to
need a
notice.
juice pack and a cookie for some people.
It's like that's like twice as big as one of these. I've given blood a lot, so I know how big they are.
What?
They don't let me touch the bag though,
Of course.
Yeah.
because I'm not a professional. It's like it's right there. A big,
Well,
big warm.
It's not just that. If you squeeze it and the
Yeah, all the
blood,
blood come out.
well, no, I'm saying if it tries to go back, you know what? Never fucking mind.
I would touch it after they stopped taking it, once it was not connected.
Then it's just a water balloon.
Well, a hot blood balloon. But essentially,
Kevin,
don't know how-
please interrupt this
So,
madness.
I don't know how much you have to squeeze to get
Yeah, what
that.
do we know about the coin?
Yeah, tell us about the
Um,
coin from the book. The
book mentions it is
yeah.
one of that there are several of these coins.
Mhm.
The exact nature of them is hard to pin down due to the fact that they are hard to find and that those who possess them
They don't
tend
take
to
notes.
yeah, they tend to be very individuals you don't really get a lot of information from. But they are cursed to an extent, but they also give the person great power and authority over man and over others.
Okay.
And that each of the set does slightly different things too.
Okay. All right, so what do they look like? Are they like all like Spanish doubloons or
Like an old Roman coin, maybe. There's a lot of those that get cursed in media.
Yeah, they are like 2,000-year-old silver coins.
Hmm.
Any
Could this
specific
be one of the
markings?
silver coins they paid Judas?
that sounds like a very good story, whether or not it's the truth or not. It's
It does. The book you did read say that set does approximately 30 coins.
well, shit.
Aha, well.
Okay,
But he
maybe it
said
is.
they were hundreds of years old, not thousands.
I thought he just said they were 2,000. I mean, that could have just been an estimate number because it was a whole number, but
I heard hundreds of years old.
Hundreds.
it might be
thousands.
unclear.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like most of the people that are going to be using them are going to be carbon dating these things.
They probably didn't put the dates on the coins back then either. And certainly not the Catholic date.
Okay, all right. Well,
I think at
We
this
heard
point,
about the mask. But
yeah,
Leilani, don't people
some kid
person
has
shit
it.
on computer. Wait, what?
Some kid has the mask.
That okay, that's still the wait what was because I don't understand, not because I didn't hear you. What why is it a kid? And how do you know that? I don't remember this.
Q had a contact who said that. Let me try to get the wording exactly. They heard of someone who saw like a teenager of some kind who had a mask.
Hmm.
A friend of a kid saw something. So it's
Oh,
like
was this
it's
when you were like looking on social media for clues?
yeah, this is back when we were sort of all going about our own methods of trying to find information about like strange magic items that showed up. And this was just
Okay.
one, this is the one thing that came up. So I think that we have enough based on that to go to around the area where this was seen, and then maybe we'll see something. But I don't think it was enough to say like this person has it in this location.
Yeah.
I'm picturing maybe like a school or a public park or something that it was seen in, somewhere where we could hang out and
Okay,
watch.
so what's our explanation for why we're looking into this when people are like, "Hey, why are you hanging around a school, you bunch of weirdos?"
Well, I probably shouldn't be there because that's going to upset a lot of people.
There's a lot of good lies for that. Like one of us could say we have a kid, we're trying to find a good school for them because they're moving into the area, or
You
we
don't
could
need a
say
cop for
we're
that.
probably not. No, although cops have kids too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, unfortunately,
We do
but
have
there's a whole psych episode where they were looking for a place for their chief fix kid. That's neither here nor there. But if you say it with confidence, people don't ask a follow up if it makes sense.
No, a lot of people ask follow-up questions like that.
yeah, if you're like, "Oh, we're here looking for a kid for our school, a school for our kid," you're gonna have like the principal following you around and telling you how much of a great school they are.
Well, not if you're talking to like a teacher or something. If it's like someone on the street, they're not going to go tell the principal.
Oh yeah.
But then they might not have a lot of information about the school in question.
No, well, we're not there to
Well,
ask them about the school. We're just
let's
there to watch.
let's plan as we go. I
Yeah,
guess we're heading to that location. It was a school, right, Kevin?
I think
Um,
that just came up as an idea just now.
Oh,
I don't think the information Kevin got me wasn't specific, but it was assumed
um,
that Q got something
I
somewhat
will,
specific.
yeah, I will say we can fast forward, let's say 2 days, and have you do some research so you can get information so that it's less of us, I thinks, and we knows. Um,
That's true. We should just say we believe it's true, and that'll be the story.
all right, so after going through some stuff, the contacts and stuff through various channels. The mask, there's rumors of it being at a local college.
okay.
Wouldn't happen to be anything related to where our recent meet and greet has been, was it?
Was that at a college?
I know it wasn't at a college, but it was.
What meet
Didn't
and
he
greet?
hang around? Weren't some of his friends college students? Wasn't his cousin? I know we talked to his cousin that got his name that we then went to his apartment to find him.
We talked to them on the stoop near the bus stop, and then we went to the river or that cafe. So we weren't really near a college.
Yeah.
At least I don't think that it
I
didn't come
mean,
up that
for
a
what it's
college
worth,
was there.
technically, if we were downtown, yeah, you're near several colleges because you can't spit
Hmm.
without hitting a college in downtown Baltimore. But that's neither
Um,
here nor there.
Yeah, I must be thinking of something else. Apologies.
Some of us could be. Are any of us college age? I know Q is not.
No.
Ow!
The two people that aren't here are.
Stop.
Yes, but one is extremely famous and the other one is extremely poor and probably, with kids or with
Yeah, but
siblings.
people. Yeah, I mean they could fake it.
Well,
they could
yeah,
dress
but
up.
he's not saying whether or not they actually are college students, just whether they are an appropriate age to pass for a college student, which,
Mhm.
yes, I
Okay.
believe that
What about
Hera's
Holly?
character would. I'm a bit older, but like if it's a community college, then maybe.
That's true. Anyone could go there.
You
Because
know,
We learned that from the TV show.
I imagine Holly is like my age, so like 30s. So like she would maybe stand out at like a college where everybody is 18 to 20, but that
What'd you do? Trina made the baby cry.
That's unfortunate.
Alright. Apparently Katrina made the baby cry because the baby stabbed her with a pencil.
Because the baby what?
Stabbed Katrina with a pencil.
Ow.
Is it like a this hurts me more than it hurts you situation?
I doubt that.
But yeah. So yeah, so it's at the camp one of the college campuses. I'll say it's
Ooh, lag.
can you hear me now?
I heard like 2 seconds and then it jumped forward half a sentence. So I missed what you just said.
Okay. So the college that it's supposed to be at, will be, let's say, Johns Hopkins. It's a famous one around here.
Take your word for it.
Never heard of Johns Hopkins?
No. But then again,
It's
I don't
one-
exactly have much information as far as universities coming across my table.
It's also
It's like
a
the top
hospital.
medical school and hospital in like the country.
Yeah, that kind of information has not crossed my table. Anyway,
I know it from like TV shows and stuff.
NCIS and shit.
All my information comes from the media, fictional media, TV shows, movies, books,
Ah.
games.
But yeah, so that's where it was. That the person who's your contact, that's where they reported noticing something like that.
okay, what specifically did they notice? Somebody putting on the mask dripping with blood? What?
Sorry, little
You
gassy.
okay?
Little gassy. You know, you got that burp bubble that wants to come out, but it just won't.
Oh,
You know, some people are incapable of burping. It's weird. I only learned that a few years ago.
Yeah, that's a very wet science there.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a Holly thing.
The contact that you contact who likes to remain semi-anonymous, their report is that a individual had secured or had purchased a mask that was said to have magical properties, but it was stolen from them and that they were at a college campus with the item.
did they file a police report?
Surprisingly, filing a police report on a flesh human mask, it wasn't their top priority.
Some people can still try to do that and play it off like movie props or indie film.
Yeah, but I know there's some people who are like bit off, like the people who report their stolen marijuana and stuff.
sorry, I just read the message in chat. Mostly I was just laughing at Luke's response to it. Yeah.
It's like an origin
Sorry.
story for his sense of humor.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
But that's what you are aware of, and they did give you a name and a dorm room.
Oh,
help you
that's
out.
cool.
Just to help you out.
All right.
So
what is our story for? Because the person that we talked to, well, like we don't need a story for this because they're like they know you, Q. Is that right?
No,
Or like they know
there's like a
person
friend
that
of a
knows
friend
you?
heard of something. I think this was just a rumor Q heard that the other person heard from someone. So he doesn't know anyone directly connected.
But if they had the mask, they probably understand what it is. So at least they're
Mhm.
not going to be like, "What the fuck do you mean magic's real?"
They'd probably figure it out pretty quick if they knew what it did. If they
Yeah.
didn't know. So you said someone reported a bloody mask? Is that what I heard?
the individual
Mhm.
purchased or secured the mask, and then it was stolen from them. And you got the name of the person it was stolen from.
Oh, so we got okay.
Yeah, so I guess let's go talk to them and be like, hey, we're investigating a bunch of stuff that's been stolen recently. Technically not a lie. And we heard that you might have been one of the victims. What can you tell us about the night that it went missing? I'm not giving you the pencil back because you fucking stabbed me with it.
I think it's a great tactic.
Stabbing
No,
with a
pencils
pencil.
break pretty easy.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping the pencil away.
Yeah,
Once
no,
they're old
no
enough to go to
pencils for
pens,
you.
and then they'll go back to pencils and back to pens because the school
You can
system
have
doesn't
like the
make
big
them.
chunky pencil that is like a club.
Yeah.
At least then it's just, bludgeoning
Bludgeoning and
damage
not
rather than
piercing.
piercing. Especially because it wasn't like, oh, she stabbed me in the arm. No, she went for like the fleshiest part of my thigh.
I mean,
Yeah, big target.
that's
let's
not what I was gonna say.
that's what I was saying. It's also like eye level with her, so she's just like anyway, yeah, I guess let's head to Johns Hopkins.
So you pull up to the area where the person was supposed to be, and you notice a bunch of cop cars.
Oh boy. Hopefully we brought Talon with us.
Let's go investigate this town. You stay home.
Can you
So yeah, there's a bunch of cop cars around the dorm that this person was supposed to be at.
That's not a good sign. Riveting. Would I have heard anything on the police radios?
So they are surprisingly not noisy for this.
I don't believe that. They might not have been running their sirens, but that if there's several police vehicles, that's a coordinated
yeah,
situation.
but it could be not intentional. Like something's fucking with their radio signals.
Like I said, it is surprising, as in, there should be a lot more.
Oh, can Torque do that thing they do in the movies where you walk up and say, I'm in charge of this now?
No.
Oh.
I'm SWAT. I'm brought in on special circumstances that require heavy weapons. That's not what regular police cars are going to be about.
We don't know what this is. So Holly, just mind I'm trying to do a thing.
Swatting is popular among the youth these days.
I'm just gonna go up to a random person. Are there like people standing around rubbernecking?
Mm-hmm. Not students.
I'm gonna go up to one of them and be like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Apparently there's something about some murders.
Like somebody got murdered?
Yeah, like
What?
yeah,
Was it a student? Or like a teacher or somebody? Or
well, it's in the dorm, so I think it's a student.
she's crying because I won't let her eat the dice.
Babies.
So yeah, if there was a murder involved, there's no way that's quiet.
Yeah, that's why he's saying it's weird. Like it could be magic keeping their radios quiet and shit.
But okay, let me take a step back. How long would they have been here if that's the case? Because if they've been there for a while and they know that their radios aren't working, somebody would have been sent out to make the report to give radio chatter.
What I'm trying to say is the fact there is no radio chatter is unusual. It's a clue that stuff is up beyond just. It's a clue that something's up. It's not Kevin's not forgetting something. Just so you know, it's on purpose.
Are they keeping people out from going inside?
Yeah, surprisingly, they don't want people inside the building.
What? Right?
There's only murders in the building.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
yeah, there are several things. I noticed that the cops and stuff, most of them aren't wearing uniforms. They do it, they are showing badges to keep people back, but
It's like a pool party.
no, they're not wearing uniforms. Mainly a lot of like suits and stuff.
It's unusual, I assume. Should we try to go through a side door, or what do you guys think?
I'm gonna ask the person that I was talking to, the rubbernecker, when did it happen? Like,
Um,
did they just find them? Well, them? I don't know.
about an hour or two ago, guys start showing up. After well, I don't know the details honestly, but from what I heard is about an hour or so ago, the RA found a body, reported it to the campus police. They sent a report in, whatever, and then all these guys showed up about 20 minutes ago or so, I guess. I don't know the exact time frame. I'm sorry. We normally don't have this kind of stuff happening on campus. This is a good campus. We just have cocaine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, do I recognize any of the people with the badges?
You don't recognize them.
I
That's
have a
concerning.
fear. I might just be paranoid, but
Would you like to share with the class?
I'm gonna pull Torque to the side. Is there any way that you can verify these guys are who they say they are? Because I'm a little worried that they might be the magical MIB. And those guys hate our guts just as much as the people that we're hunting down, if not more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I can't see their
Because
badges
they're
from
all in
here.
suits, which is like doesn't scream the man any more than if they literally had a pin next to their badge that says I'm the man.
So, I would like to move up to what I'm assuming is a tape line where probably a lot of the other onlookers are gathering, and try and see if I can spot one of their badges and see if it is something I would either recognize as being real, or if I could tell it is what's the word I'm looking for? Not just fake, counterfeit.
Kind of. Okay. Give me 1 second to just check a name here.
Pull a Die Hard with a Vengeance. The guy has a partner's badge, not ID number, and he's dead.
Famous elevator scene.
And that was long before what, John Wick or Jason Bourne, or even Captain America.
Oh,
That Captain America scene is fucking amazing. I still think that one might be one of my favorite Marvel films. So
The Winter Soldier one?
yeah.
Oh wait, no, not Winter Soldier. Not
Oh.
Endgame.
In Civil War.
Was it Civil War? Yeah, I guess it was Civil War.
No, it was Winter Soldier.
Well,
Because
he was
it
in
was
this.
Winter Soldier where they found out that
Well, I don't think it
Hydra
could be
was
Winter Soldier.
in.
He was going after the Tesseract, wasn't he?
No. You're combining the two different films. So wait, was there a second elevator scene in that?
No, well, it was retcon. It was basically retconned. When they
Yeah.
traveled back in time, he took the elevator with them and did the Hail Hydra thing, and was able to walk out of the elevator without a fight and with
So
the Tesseract.
So,
we'll talk about it later because
Sorry.
you're
So these are
correct,
fake
but
cops.
close.
so as you get closer, you do see one of the campus guys is like, oh, hey,
A campus cop.
yeah, it's like, can't get much further.
But yeah, I wasn't trying to go past the line. I was trying to get to the line with the other onlookers to try and catch a glimpse of the badges.
It's just like, back off it, but there's this active crime scene. Government's here. Nothing. Just go home and study. Drink your beers if you're
Okay.
overage.
Is this his actual demeanor, or is this your demeanor faking for him?
That's just what the guy's talking like.
No, these guys are like one step above rent-a-cops. That's probably him.
It's kind of what I think.
It's the campus security.
Yeah. The school I went to had two levels. They had basically the rent-a-cop kind of ones, and then they actually did have few uniformed
No.
actual cops, but
In this
they never showed
universe,
up.
has JHU actually got their own police force now?
That's not the university. That is the medical campus that is doing that. Medical hospital.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it's the
Doesn't
hospital
matter.
trying to get the police force, not the college, as far as I know. Though they probably use them both. Anyway, he's like, yeah, yep, nothing to see here, folks. So Tor can make a quick perception and awareness to see what you can see while this guy's being a bother.
Those seem to be the most common roles here.
So far, yes.
We're doing lots of investigation.
Mhm.
Did it roll? It did not roll.
Rolling,
rolling.
rolling, rolling. What? D10s?
Okay. That's initiative. That's not right. Although it gave me one success. It's not rolling. Why is it not rolling? I've got the dice pool. I've got perception and awareness. Is there a button I'm missing? I should just click on the name die pool 1, yeah?
Could be. You could also just count how many dice and just do r/bank D10s. We have
I'm
initiative.
concerned that it's just not working, but okay.
R/truth.
Perception and awareness. 3, 6. Oh, son of a bitch. It popped up behind the fucking character sheet. I think I may accidentally roll several of these at a time. So let me close some of them first. Okay, yeah, it was working. I have like 6 of these open and it's not letting me close them completely. Click once, minimize the window, action, submit, submit. There we go. 3 successes. Is that 3 successes?
6 or above.
That's a
No,
good roll.
Yeah. Wow. Initiative was 8 successes. Anyways, yeah, 3 successes.
All right. You're looking as soon at the badges that you've seen the other people flash say FBI on them.
Does it look legitimate?
Looks about as legitimate as you've seen.
Okay, so the suits were right.
Is there any ambulances around?
Surprisingly, no.
I
And
would
if they
think,
found a body, there's
wouldn't
not
they
real
use,
much need of a ambulance.
isn't that how they transport bodies?
They have to take them to the morgue for an autopsy.
So
so
take it in
they're-
an ambulance?
Yes.
Sometimes. It depends on jurisdiction, but yeah, ambulances are used to take them to the morgues.
I mean,
Oh.
you'd have to go in a tall truck type thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I always assumed that like they used a different kind of vehicle for the
Again,
dead ones.
part of it is
They're-
jurisdiction, what they use, but ambulances are a choice.
You
yes.
may also be thinking of the coroner's van.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking.
Yeah. They don't actually take them in the coroner's van, I don't think. It's the coroner just has their van with their tools to go and.
Yeah.
Actually,
They just throw them in the back of a station wagon.
I bet this is something where like they found the body and there's something so strange about it that they don't know what to do and they're just locking it down.
Or it's a high priority target and or something that they're looking for.
Hmm.
That is extremely odd. Anyways, yeah, Torque Talon would go back and at least share this information with Holly. I'm not certain what Q's doing at the moment.
I'm mostly just watching the crowds to see if there's any patterns. And in my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna break into the building on around the back soon, and then go look myself.
Oh my God! If it's the FBI, that's a horrible idea. You're going to be arrested on site and held for 48 hours minimum for anything to do with
What's the worst
tampering.
that could happen?
Hugh doesn't know all the FBI laws, but in his mind, if they see him in the building, he'll be a person that they hadn't cleared yet. He was just a person that was in the building and then need to tell him to leave and he'll leave.
They would have immediately cleared the entire. They would have swept the
He doesn't
rooms.
know that.
Hey, he doesn't know that.
He
Or he
was
doesn't know how
okay.
long
He
it's
was
been
smart in
either.
different
Apologies.
things.
Apologies. I am reacting with the information that I have for the entire situation. It's not his thoughts, I guess.
But he would talk to the group first because, I mean, he's not totally stupid. He likes plans. You can imagine me making someone that likes plans.
You should have been with our
So-
Salt Marsh group.
We would have never gotten anything fucking done.
Nope.
So remind me, Kevin, how long does it take to do a ritual? It's like 10 minutes, right?
About, yeah.
Hmm.
And I'd assume if the ritual doesn't say otherwise, then it lasts for like a scene.
Duration, I think, is part of what you do. Is one of the aspects of things.
That sounds familiar to me too. What are you thinking?
Yeah, duration is an aspect.
Okay, so I have a ritual called Sorcerer Sight, which allows me to perceive the flow of quintessence in an area and detect magical effects within line of sight. I would like to use that, but obviously I can't just do a ritual here in the middle of fucking everybody. So what I'm wondering is if I like go to my car and do the ritual and then come back, will it still be active?
How many dots do you have in this?
So I have 2 dots in it, and it's a rank 1 ritual.
It looks like you could, if you roll well, have it last
Uh-oh.
up to a scene.
What is well? Like 2
I
successes
believe in
or
you.
like 8?
Depends. You probably need at least a minimum of 2 successes.
Okay.
3 or more probably better, depending on what the other aspects are.
You cannot have the Black Rocks. I'm
It's too
sorry.
bad none of
They're-
us can help you. I know there's ways to help in
Well,
this game. It's very
I've got a
complicated.
decent amount of dice, which Leilani is fucking hunting. Okay, I need a 6 and above, right? Hit nugget. 1s each successes, don't they?
Yep.
I got 2 successes.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, so and this is okay, so you do the ritual. And yeah, that's for a scene. And you just see the flow of quintessence, right?
Yeah, and it shows me any active ritual, any active magical effects, and identifies supernatural creatures on site. So I wouldn't be able to see into the building, obviously, but if anybody in this crowd is not a human, I would be able to see that.
Now you're looking around, you see about 5 individuals being recognized as not human. I think sorcerers are human for this
Well, yeah,
purpose.
it says supernatural creatures. So I
Well-
don't know whether you would consider a sorcerer a supernatural creature or not. You okay?
Yeah, I kicked the desk and oh, that fell. Purple thing.
Um,
Sorry. I accidentally kneed my desk and something fell off it. Made a bit bound sound that makes like, oh baby.
Your knee or the desk?
The desk made the sound, not my knee.
Um,
I know I'm that old, it's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, so I said there's 4 creatures. Sorcerers, I would say register as human. Mages would be not human because the avatar, but or register as supernatural, I should say.
yeah. So the people that are showing up as supernatural, are they students? Are they people in the crowd, or are they the
They're
students?
crowd, but the majority, if not all, basically the super majority of the crowd are the students because it's on campus.
Yeah.
And they're the ones, a couple of them are registering.
Okay. I will point that out and which ones are registering to my friends, and then give me a sec.
Are any of the FBI magical creatures? No.
According to Holly, no.
That's good, I guess. Are there a lot of people going in and out of the building as we've been hanging out here for a little bit?
Does not appear so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that could mean something. They don't have a truck to take the body. They're not.
May not have arrived yet.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of people going in and out, so they don't want they don't want people to see it, whatever it is, probably.
Or mess with the crime scene for that matter.
Yeah. Could we tell? I guess we can't tell what floor it's on.
As you are talking, you do see what appears to be a ambulance of some sort pull up. Holly does detect enchantment, quintessence enchantment on it.
On the ambulance?
Yeah.
I will tell.
Can't hear you.
She will tell you that. You are
Okay.
muted.
I have a very possibly bad idea.
Do it. Do
Still
it.
can't hear you, Kat.
She hears
I
you.
think she said you should do the idea.
She's giving thumbs up to Luke saying do the bad idea.
Oh dear. Okay. I would go up to the tape line and flash my badge and say I'm here to help and see if I can't finagle my way to the crime scene so I can see what the hell's going on inside.
The one guy looks at it, it's like, I guess you should talk to the person in charge of the scene. As one of the other campus cops take over and he leads you to a individual. Give me 1 second. Where did I put that note? Take me a second.
Yes,
Had a-
I agree. Do the bad idea.
Had a pizza for dinner and it's just sitting hard there.
Need to take a minute.
Just like he says, that thing where it's like the gas is sitting on your chest and just yeah, so it is later in evening time and stuff. The guy leads you up and you see a woman, looks like probably in like from India, Pakistan area. She turns around, she's like, "Can I help you?"
I'm actually here to see if I can help you.
That's
I'm with the
fucking
local police
rude.
department.
Look up and down.
Like,
Huh? What about looking up and down?
I said the rude look up and down she gave you. Great.
she's like, we already talked to the locals. This is our jurisdiction by the nature of things. We've been hunting things down. So we are good. Don't need any help from the local police. If we do, we will reach out to your office.
By jurisdiction, you mean FBI, which is now over both of our jurisdiction. So they've long bypassed you.
Straight. Oh no, the person you're talking to is in the suit.
He is the FBI.
You said they were
The guy
campus
walked-
police.
The campus police walked you over to her.
Oh.
To clarify, they walked you over to her. Yeah. She's like, yeah, we it's our jurisdiction. Don't really need any help. If we do, we will, like I said, reach out to your department. In the meantime, have a great night.
What's going on here? That suits need to be so swarmy. You guys are all over the place.
That is classified.
Is it a threat to anybody?
It is not a clear and present danger at this moment.
Trying to think of something I could say that might be able to.
Outside, Holly turns to Q and is like, I kind of wish we had brought the hand with us.
Might have come in handy.
Mm,
Yeah, that's true. We should freely use all of the special treasures that we have.
I mean, it is like super cursed and evil, and it is the the severed hand of a
You
dead
mean
person.
to put all these
But
people to
like,
sleep and just run in, or do you mean to like get in the building other ways?
well, I thought that oh shit, the one finger puts everybody to sleep, doesn't it? I thought one finger made you invisible or could walk through walls, and the other one.
Roark, roll everyone's favorite perception and awareness. As you are talking to her, she's like, one moment, and she walks over to talk to one of the people who came out of the ambulance. See if you can hear anything that's being said there.
Eavesdropping, our favorite skill.
Got that, Sage?
Oh, I thought you said it was for Q.
No, I said Torque, sorry.
I thought you said for you.
I thought you said Q.
All
I'm
right,
thinking
someone
our
has
mics are
I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
dropping
Give me a
out.
second. Jeez.
Okay, Q's gonna have to change his name soon.
No, just call him like Quentin.
Oh, fuck me.
Ugh.
Thanks,
Was
Cat.
that
Maybe I
So-
should have rolled.
wait? Okay, all right. I haven't.
what-
I don't know how I jinxed you.
2 1s, 4 7 7 9.
Rip.
Most of those are good.
Well, you got one success.
So
What I have
as
5.
as you are standing there and like just kind of the only real words you can get from the quick conversation they have is sanguation and
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Aha,
They
we
drained
got
him
it
fucking
right.
dry.
the word for having your blood drained that I'm
Exsanguination.
well,
Yes.
not necessarily drained, but no longer is inside your body. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could have been they just like strung him up and bled him out, or it could have been like vampire. He's a mummy husk.
If it was
I wonder
something
if it-
that simple, they wouldn't need to make such a huge scene. They could get rid of a body that easy. The fact that they've got suits, the ambulance, and making a very large scene of
It
it,
was probably messy.
and most likely ritualistic. I'm sorry, you were gonna say something, Q? Luke.
Yes. While this is going on, I think Quentin, to make it simpler, because that's probably his real name, would go as close as he could get to the strange ambulance that Holly said had a magical thing on it, and just try to look it over and use his knowledge of technology and machines to see if he can notice anything weird about it. Like if
Yes.
it's been changed somehow or something like that. Using non-magical, inspection.
seems like a normal ambulance.
As Q's sort of walking around, I'm gonna try and do the same thing. I want to try and like maneuver through the crowd so I can like, because people came out of the back of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look in and see if like is that aura that I was seeing coming from a person in the ambulance or the ambulance itself?
The ambulance. So
So the
as you're doing this,
ambulance itself is
a few
enchanted?
moments later, you see 2 stretchers come out and get put into the ambulance.
Oh shit, too.
Did they look like they were full bodies or were
Um,
they parts?
They were in body bags and looked foolish.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look like they were people in the bags.
Like full people, not what I was assuming as different parts of a person in separate bags.
Yeah.
But in a body bag.
Well, I mean, that does technically give us all the information that we needed. That there's at least 2 people worth of blood for the person that has the mask to use. If they're using, oh shit, you said, okay, you said the illusion was on the ambulance itself.
I don't know what kind of magic it is. I just know there's something about that ambulance that's been enchanted or it's under some effect. It could be that the person that drives that ambulance has an enchantment on it that makes it so that all the lights are green. Or it could be that somebody sometime put a tracker on that ambulance so they could follow it because it had their loved one on it. I have no idea what the spell is. I just know that it had some magic on it.
And
So
that does connect it to our world.
You've got the practical thoughts of
Huh?
things that could be applied as magic in this instance. I'm still thinking like tactical. I would like to at least get whatever visible displayed information the ambulance has, plates, number, because I can at least run that through police records and find out where the bodies are going and try to get the IDs. Because if we know what these bodies look like,
We know who to look for.
exactly. Would the bodies as they're taking the
You're breaking
Are
up
the-
some.
Yeah, you dropped out a little bit there.
While
Well,
he's working that out.
eat.
Yeah,
What
since
are you
Q is
eating?
near the ambulance when they wheel out, I want to like try to get as close as I can to the wheeled corpses bags to see if I could like see what shape they are, but I also want to call out to the people wheeling in and act like I'm in despair of some kind, saying like, "Is that Jamie and Tammy? Are they okay?"
As you're saying that, a Hispanic woman walks up to you wearing the suit and stuff. She's like, "Sir, you have to back up. Drop
who's in the
Sage or
bags? Who's
rock
in the
way
bags?
around." Just so you know.
Oh, rip.
Those are people.
They are people, but you need to back up. All information will be released to the public at a later time. If you're family, you will be notified.
This is bullshit.
Uh,
I thought this
Yeah.
was supposed to be a medical school, and the opposite is happening.
I'm not sure how those correlate, sir,
They're
but I
supposed to
understand
get
that
better and learn medicine, and instead they get the opposite of better. Dead.
Yes, that is true, sir.
I'm very upset,
We
and I don't like how
understand.
it's being handled.
You have every right to be upset. There should be school counselors on standby to help you out if you need it.
When
You
can we get in a building? Maybe they're still okay.
Looks at the body
Maybe
bag.
it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. If you're not telling me who those are, maybe the people I'm here for are still inside.
We cleared the building of all living people.
Oh boy.
That's
That
a
was
terrible way to say something.
He's
At
like,
least tell me what happened.
he's like, damn, I'm really bad with people. We can't. Things happen. The families had to be notified first.
I heard it was a serial killer.
You've heard more than I have, sir.
Well, if you need to hear any more, I want to talk to somebody, and you're not telling me anything.
I don't want to talk to your manager.
We
Who do I
don't know-
contact?
He's like, oh, hold on. I'm not dealing with people like you. Hold on. I could just take a sniper to your head.
Like me. Couldn't find a head if it was
Yeah.
in a
A
basket.
few moments later, the one woman was up. She's like, "Sir," it's a different woman, the one that Roark was talking to. She's like,
Oh, the FBI lady.
"Sir, you need to calm down. Stop insulting our officers. Get back in line. The families will be notified first. Then all public information will be released."
I wasn't insulting them. I'm insulting the people who told them what the rules are. We're on the same side. We're against the people who make the rules.
No,
And I'm not
Hey.
on the same side.
All the rules.
You made a powerful enemy here today.
we don't think so.
Yeah, well, if
Well-
your TV breaks, you don't know where to look for it now.
While
If my
Q
TV
is,
breaks, I assure you I can afford a new one.
while Q is being distracting, I want to look around to the crowd and see if there's anybody that looks like particularly distraught or
Yes,
like,
it's almost as if two people got murdered on campus.
well, yes, but anybody that looks like they might have personally been affected, like they live in that dorm or they know the person.
There are several who seem to have been more distraught than others. Like a couple women just hugging each other, crying. I can't believe she's dead. We don't know if she is. It's her. We know it. You know, things like that.
I'm like go over and like pull out like a pack of tissues from Holly pulls out like a pack of tissues from her purse and offers it to whichever of them is the closest and like I'm so sorry I overheard a little bit of what was going on. I came by because my sister is in one of the dorms on the other side. I didn't know what was happening. Or what happened? Do you know?
We don't. The ones is like, it's I can't say anything. It's just, it's too much. Talk to Marcus over there. He might know. He might be willing to talk. He's always a strong person.
I offer them the tissues and go find Marcus.
So yeah, man, standing there just staring. He's just like, bit white, you know, pale. Like, what? Can I help you?
I'm my sister is was going to be transferred into the dorm that is blocked off next week. Is everything, what's been going on? I heard, I've heard all kinds of things. Like there was somebody yelling about a serial killer.
Uh, I don't know anything about it. Serial killer. I just know that
What they all
The-
say.
there was arguments and screams in one of the dorms, and then next thing we know, the RA went to find out what was going on, found the dead bodies, and called and stuff. And next thing we know, campus police were there, and then these something called Special Affairs Department of the FBI showed up and started evacuating the building. And that's where we are at the moment.
Sorry about that.
Hi,
Life
welcome
happens.
back.
At least they didn't mow over the cable or whatever.
Well, that's not my problem. My problem is that this has been happening for the last several days, and there's neither record of maintenance or any work being done.
Rip.
But it's been dropping out randomly, usually in the afternoons. I wouldn't have a problem with it as much if it did it during my work hours, but
I'm trying to remember what all we learned since you left. Since you left.
They're not telling us shit. That's
Uh,
the
you're
summary.
civilians. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Even though
one
we're
of-
yelling and upset.
So Marcus is someone who was in the building that Holly's talking to. He just said that what he remembers is there was argument and a screams. The RA checked out the room, found the dead bodies, called campus police, who, you know, said the call, and then the Special Affairs Department of the FBI showed up pretty quickly and cleared the building. That's what he knows.
Okay, so they did send out a call.
The campus police did.
Right. So was it intercepted? Like, it should not be a straight line from campus police to FBI unless they were already casing the joint. And
Well, that's the other thing. Have you ever heard of Special Affairs Division of FBI?
that's a good question. Kevin, has Talon heard of special?
All right. Yeah, let's find out. Let's see.
Because I'm thinking we're looking at the Men in Black.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody just heard half of my question, but I literally lost connection there. Everybody froze. I asked Kevin if he was doing his shtick where he freezes in place to make me think he's
Oh.
disconnected.
No, not this time.
You
Eesh.
should come up with a warning so you could say that, and then we'll all join in.
roll intelligence and law.
Ooh.
Dear.
Ooh, that's a
That's
skill.
I'm concerned.
It
I'm not
is.
sure if I have that skill. I do. I have 1 point in it. All right, you said intelligence and law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. Roll dice pool number 2. Please don't roll like cat again.
Okay, all right.
Hey, 4 successes.
For
Sorry, cat.
the
I believe in you, Cat.
We have to get like really big dice so I can just make the baby roll my dice so I can blame her when it fucks up.
And to be fair, I'm not blaming cat. I'm blaming cat's dice.
He
Specifically
just looked at
rolls.
me so goddamn offended. Like, you dare blame me for your dice rolls, which were already shit before I existed?
Bad rolls make a good story.
That's true.
Or kill your characters.
Maybe a short story, yeah, but I mean,
Okay, that
Drama.
is a lie. I was gonna say I don't think bad rolls have ever killed my character, but there is one character that died repeatedly to my bad rolls.
All right, so
how would your character not die from bad rolls?
the Special Affairs Department of the FBI, you heard of them in passing. They're interesting in that they were notoriously known in the 50s and 60s. Has since been kind of dropped off the map and things. But from what you understand, they are the kind of like they're the X-Files of the FBI.
They are the Men in Black.
They hunt down they used to back in the 50s and 60s hunt down things like UFO sightings and stuff. Nowadays they're supposed to just be yes, they profile serial killers and handle white collar crime and stuff like that.
Nailed it.
But in the 50s and 60s, they were known for that, and it's still kind of a negative reputation. People kind of think that they're a little kooky.
They're the Men in Black.
Well, now I like them.
Okay, so then that begs the next question. Would Talon have heard this during his training?
What the baby got into.
It wasn't part of the training, but just being around police who are around FBI agents stuff, it's just the thing that's known and told amongst people. So it wasn't like an official part of training, but it was told
Scuttlebutt.
during it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody's heard about those guys.
Okay,
That weird
then
division.
would it be prudent or a very bad idea to try and reveal the, how do I phrase this? The magical aspect, not aspect, damn it, brain, come on. To reveal to somebody that is working this that we also have that kind of knowledge, or are they not actually magical in nature and just literally the X-Files-esque version of FBI?
It's probably not the wisest of ideas to reveal yourselves to them
That's okay.
directly.
Sorry, I couldn't
That
phrase
is-
it that simply.
Yeah, that is mostly from less so training, and also Cassidy back at home base and stuff kind of has made it clear not to reveal who you really are to people, because trying to keep on the DL to make sure that people don't realize you are doing your thing.
And also that we survived, considering they straight up fucking somebody killed one of our people.
Only the
Uh,
person who did it would know that.
What? Was I not here for that episode?
That was the between.
Yeah, that was
When
the
went from Mage
backstory
to-
for why Vex is why Fatal can walk now. During the raid where they took everything from the house, she was the only one home.
No,
And they killed
she wasn't the only one home. She was on the ground floor when they broke in.
Oh.
Oof.
Well,
That's
and
like
they
cats like to get in those towers because they
Yeah.
go up high.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why
so
she
she-
was resurrected.
Yeah.
I can walk now. Okay.
Yeah, other people were home because, like,
Oh,
in the
okay.
backstory, Pork was upstairs, and when he heard the gunfires, he's when he pulled out his special toys and came down and started,
wrecking shit.
so. Yeah, I mean, I figured Torque would have a couple toys at home to do that.
I would hope so. He's got a fucking armory in his room.
Yeah.
Well, had.
I wouldn't be surprised if this motherfucker carries C4 in his pocket.
Hey, leave my own pretense for doing that with most of my characters out of this. SWAT has to have a special license to
What
carry
do
that shit.
what do you have?
So that's what you're getting.
Okay.
And you
Give
do
it.
see the
Thank you.
ambulance pull away.
Give it. Give it.
Didn't get any info on the bodies? Or did we?
Not much on the bodies. You did get the
You pull tape off the bottom.
plate number and stuff that you were looking for.
Did you see what I posted in Discord while I was disconnected?
Let me double check that.
I was trying to get their names for police records to notify next of kin.
Yeah, they wouldn't release any names.
And then I assume the body bags were fully zipped when they were hauled out.
Yeah, something you did gather from some of the chatter with the people is when the RA found the bodies, it was a most unpleasant of sights. And in fact, interestingly note, the RA is not around.
Yeah, that poor girl's probably getting counseling.
Or is
RA?
being questioned. Resident advisor. It's like a top age kid in the dorm that like people talk to about how college goes. He sort of like runs the floor officially.
Yeah.
Without
Make sure
being,
make sure
teacher.
rules are obeyed, and
Mhm.
if you need something,
Yeah,
Did we
they're the
get-
buzzkill.
Did we get their name?
You didn't ask for it, Holly.
I
was it Marcus?
No, it was not Marcus.
Oh yeah, I guess he referenced him.
I would ask Marcus.
It's like the RA. Yeah, her name was Philippa. I haven't seen her. She did walk out with her. She was here a moment ago, but I haven't seen her in a bit. Guess
Hmm.
the feds are checking with her.
I guess. Is it me or is it weird that the feds showed up so quick? Like,
They did show up very quickly. Yes, like very quickly.
That was my first suspect question to begin with. Normally there's a chain that this goes through before somebody's notified
Right.
in the FBI. And normally it does go through jurisdictional sections, i.e.
Yeah.
campus police, local police, county, sheriff. Anyways,
yeah, I can't think of anything else to ask this guy. I'm gonna regroup with the others.
I can't think of anything else because if we've got the RA's name, we can try to come back and get more information, or I can try to track down the ambulance and hope that the illusion or enchantment did not change the information that was registered.
When I get back, I don't know if you could hear her just
Be very
yell of
excited about
joy.
something.
Yeah, she's playing with my phone. I have one of those like card catch things on the back, and she's delighted with opening it up and closing it now.
Or she doesn't show you card numbers.
It won't matter because my dad never gave me my card back. So I will fill them in on what I heard. So my guess is because the feds showed up so dang quick.
You're muted. Baby muted,
The
Gina.
baby muted me. Here, have your bottle. You don't have to mute me just because you don't have your bottle. Because the Fed showed up so quick, I'm thinking that they're probably looking for the same thing we are. And based on the fact that there was an enchantment on that ambulance, I'm guessing that somebody involved with them, like they sent that ambulance specifically.
Might
And
be
there's
going
either
back.
an enchantment on that ambulance to prevent people from following it or tracking it, or to allow somebody else to track it so they can figure out where they're taking the bodies so they can go follow up on them later or something like that.
That's actually what I wanted to do. If we're done with
'Cause-
questioning, we can try and regroup and drive after it. If it's just now moving away from the scene. If
I
they're
mean, we could
dead,
try.
Try to follow it. See at
It
least if it
depends
goes
on
to a
what time. It
hospital.
depends on what time of day it is, whether or not we. Depends
in
on
the
what time of
evening.
day it is, whether we can catch up with them, and if they're running with their lights on. If they're
not
running
for
with their lights
bodies.
on,
Not for bodies. They do not run with lights on if the body's already dead.
yeah, but this is a no. This also is a normal circumstance.
You
It
know, the
is
closest
evening, but-
hospital is pretty close because this is John Hopkins.
Then they might not take it to John Hopkins.
Just a note for those for Baltimore geography, John Hopkins University and the hospital is like over here. They're not the same campus.
Yeah, it's
Without
not
a-
super far, but also they might not take the bodies to the hospital. They might take them to
So
the
are you
morgue.
jumping in your mobile and going?
Yeah, I guess we're
Should we all go or
following.
should someone wait here and then once they start letting people back in the building, they can go in and see if that is even the same people we were here to see?
They're only sending the bodies away. There's no guarantee that this place will be open for anybody to go back in, considering it's an active crime scene. So
Yeah,
horrendous that
based on what they were saying, I don't think they're gonna let anybody back in until they have a biohazard team come and clean that place up.
Burn it down.
I would just
So-
come back tomorrow, I guess.
So who's
Yeah, so I
going to
think
be the
we-
driver as you try to tail?
Oh boy.
probably me.
Yep,
Who do you have? There's a drive skill, right?
there is
Yeah.
a drive skill, and I am not good at it.
I've got 1 dot.
That's more than
Wits
me.
and drive. Wits and drive.
Not you, Luke.
Yeah, I don't have a drive point.
Kat, you said you don't?
I maybe have one, but also my hands are full.
Okay, I've got 2 wits and 1 drive, so I'll go ahead and roll it.
You're probably more likely to be good at tailing someone also.
I mean, it's not like that gives me advantage at the moment.
Not mechanical advantage, at least.
Right, Leilani? Mm-hmm.
Still got 2 successes.
Ooh.
Kind of keeping the distance stuff, and you're driving behind the van. After a couple blocks, one thing you notice is they are not making a beeline to any medical facility that you're aware of, which, considering you can't spin in Baltimore City without hitting one, seriously, there's like 8 in the city alone. We got a lot of them. So many that when we had to go in ambulance one time, they're like, "Hey, what hospital do you prefer? We can go to any of them. You got a lot of choices here."
And none of them are
Yeah, they
free.
literally let me pick. It was actually really great because
Yeah,
I ended
but-
up knowing the doctor, but
So, as you're going and stuff, you do notice at one point as you're trying to tail and stuff, that you don't notice it doing it, but at one point you're following an ambulance. The next thing you're following a news van.
It switched.
Yeah, it's just in every way a news van. And even the license plate is different now.
But we are still aware that we're still following the same vehicle.
Yeah, it's like
Like you
It's-
blinked and it's a different vehicle.
yeah, like it's this thing where you know this has to be the vehicle because there's no way you lost it and then trailed another thing. But you're now
But
following a news van and you're like, what the fuck?
It's
Because
an illusion.
yeah,
this shouldn't be whatever. It's that weird sensation.
okay. So then, okay, do I still have the information from the ambulance that they were using?
You still have that information, yes.
Okay.
Well,
If
yeah.
if I could hand my notepad, or I'm assuming I was
You
using
can,
notepad.
yeah.
Well,
You can
I don't
hand it
want
to
to
me
do.
and I'll write it down.
Yes, thank you. That's what I meant. Just to get down that extra information as well, just in case that might be another lead. Crunch.
Yeah, the fact that they're
like the transporter, but
I'm so
better.
okay. So like, do we know that the FBI are like the X-Files people? So that would be my indication of like we should not trust them. They are they kind of like they could be connected to the technocracy. That's a little concerning.
Yeah, we shouldn't trust them because of the government.
But the fact that they're using enchantment magic makes me wonder, are we not the only people trying to screw over the FBI and get information about this?
So as you follow, eventually you do see the vehicle pull into a warehouse-like building.
Oh, that's so fucking shady.
I
What part of town is this warehouse in? Are we talking like like how run down is this neighborhood?
It's like the area around the shipping areas and stuff. So
Okay.
it looks like what
Okay.
run actually is.
Okay.
No, they never fixed the outside of those places.
Yeah, but it's not like this warehouse that's been there since like the 20s, like the ones in Pigtown.
Oh, it's been there for a while. It's just not a
Well, yeah, but
shady area.
okay. So I guess it's time for a little bit of stealth. Is there any way that? Well, have they gotten out of the vehicle, or is it pulling into park?
It pulls into the they have a door, they pull into the building and the door closes thing.
You mean a garage?
That's what those are called.
Yeah, or they also call them car holds.
Nobody calls them that.
It was on
Oh.
The Simpsons.
Anyways, yeah, I would definitely want to park us as close as we could, and probably time to use some stealth.
Sweet.
Is your ritual
Yeah.
still active?
Boy, I'm not great at that. Anyway,
Is your ritual still active? Can you
I-
sense?
Yeah,
I
it's
doubt
been
it.
past the scene. You'd have to
Yeah.
redo it.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah, I definitely want to stealth.
Q is going to open his phone and use the Maps app to look up the map location we're at, to make a note of it, and also to check if Google Maps says what the building is.
And
It's
who owns
blurred.
it?
What? It's blurred?
Yeah. It's one of those
Hmm.
buildings which honestly it's like it's blurred, but if you go up and down the street, you see the building unblurred, but it's only blurred when it's a direct image. Why does my neighbor do that? I can still tell the house number by just moving the image this like a little bit. It makes
Tell your
no
neighbor
sense.
that we all know
so
what it is
salty
too.
about that.
It's weird. I don't know if you've ever seen the blurring feature on Google Streets, but it's like if you're in front of the address, it's blurred, but if you move up and down slightly, it's not blurred, and you can kind of still tell what it is.
So this is a place that someone paid to get obscured in some limited way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Isn't too unusual.
But
Yeah.
as far as maps are concerned, can't you still Google the address? We can see the physical address because we're freaking there.
It's
Yeah,
just when
but
you look at
it just
yeah, if
might
you
not.
look at the Google thing, it's just
Google Earth or
blurred
street,
on the
street
image.
version. Yeah.
but you
Okay.
can still tell where it is. It's the weirdest thing. I'm not sure the purpose of blurring all the time.
Privacy restrictions
Yeah.
or requirements.
Maybe it's to help make sure that they didn't accidentally get a picture of anything happening when they drove by.
I do know bases like Fort Meade and stuff, if you try to Google it, it's just the outline of the buildings and stuff and nothing else.
Hmm.
So you're like, ah.
So if Q is going to be researching the building, I definitely want to get out and see if I can't get eyes on what's going on inside. See if I
Oh.
can't. Huh? Oh,
I'm
that was
sorry.
cat
No, I just got a headbutted in the chest.
baby to the
You
chest.
can't eat my dice. No.
I really don't have
Oh,
any magical ability to help here.
I'm sorry, kiddo.
I mean, if
I
I'd
just
have,
can't do everything.
if I'd have thought I'd be doing stealth in advance, I'd have some type of not ritual, but what are those things that are supposed to be like instant casts?
A prepared spell?
Not a prepared spell. There's another terminology for it.
Looking at all the terms I know.
Like for my sunglasses, I know that they have a different type of, like I could have night vision on a set of glasses.
So there's ritual, there's regular casting, and there's hanging.
Hanging?
I think an object would be considered a ritual because you do a ritual to create the object.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do ritual, basically create the object. If you're using artificer or artifice, is that what's called in this one?
I
You
thought my neck disconnected again.
yeah, you cast a spell, you cast a ritual, which creates the device, and then you can use the device.
Okay, then I'm thinking of something else because in my mind it was like having a piece of paper that had the spell on it, and then when you trigger the paper, it then casts the spell.
That's hanging a spell.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you had some different terminology. Anyways, I would have prepared something like that for like clothes. Give me some type of shadow effect so people don't see me since we're in late afternoon anyways. I could just look more obscured, but obviously I didn't think to prepare that in advance. I didn't think I'd be stealthing as much. So, but yeah, anyways, I try and stealth my way around, try and get eyes on the inside while Q does his thing in the van or in the vehicle.
Do you think that we would have like earpiece communication technology in our group? Like they do in real life, I guess.
I mean, Bluetooth and our regular cell phones, maybe.
Yeah, you didn't. No one's ever gone to get.
We've not bought the
special-
accessories.
I
Yeah,
have a shopping list now for technology.
Yeah, you
Wait,
never
I'll put it on
basically
there.
went to Civil. You don't have Avenger Civil War ear pods that only appear when they need them to. Yeah.
So that actually is something. Wouldn't Q have worked on some gear like that beforehand? I mean, you're the science expert here. I might be doing some tactical type equipment, but earbuds, that sounds like something that's up your alley for communication.
I know where you could buy
That-
some.
That's a dry science. He's into wet science.
No, that's backwards. If Q's science gets wet, then something went wrong. Except for the battery stuff and like acid. So
Right.
usually it's dry.
We don't have it is the end point
Yeah.
here.
But now we know that we could use it. So next time we'll have it.
So wits and stealth for stealthing.
Copy that. And I've
The
got
sort of
two
thing
in
that they
both.
have in leverage. They just put like an earbud in
Mhm.
and they can just talk to each other.
Let's and stealth.
Subvocally.
So,
It uses bone convection.
Subvocally, like there are certain types of radios like that put two microphones on your throat, like on your voice box, so that you can just whisper.
Yeah,
or not even whisper, but
we'll get stuff like that for next time.
another 2 successes.
So yeah, kind of stealth around and very hard to make out anything on the inside due to lack of windows and frost. It's an FBI house that they don't want people coming into. So
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, basically there's no real windows to really go into as you're searching around the building trying to look into it.
So
Sounds
it's
like a
not
black
just
site?
a regular.
It's like a warehouse like building.
Even warehouses has to have some type of windows, or what's the term for them? Not sunroofs, but like up on top of the building.
Like I said, they are frosted over so you can see through them.
That's okay. I guess my next step is to try and get inside the building.
There's a front door. It's locked. There's a doorbell.
Don't want to use a doorbell. Did I see a back door?
There's one of those locked double ones, the metal ones that you chain up.
Sounds loud.
Only if you are going loud.
We could always drive up to the garage door that we already saw and try to like honk and see if they let us in.
No, places, if it is, if they are tinting the window or frosting the windows so people can't see in, they're either security cameras or they radio ahead to be able to pull in like that unrestricted, especially if there's no gate guard or anything like that. Fuck it. What would I need to try and pick the locks? This is the kind of stuff I was investing my points into. Which reminds me, I still haven't invested any of.
Yeah, forget about that.
Be real nice to have some of those extra dots right about now.
That'd probably be fine.
I will say Dex and Streetwise.
I think I have Streetwise. I do have Streetwise, and I have serious decks.
I think I might spend my points on more magic shit.
Streetwise.
I got some ideas for future rituals.
And do. I got one success.
All right. As you're attempting to pick it, you're going through and you notice that it is a bit more advanced than what you are used to.
Just had a thought. How do I apply magic to this? Possible, I don't want to say electric charge, but magnetic charge to try and help. Like channeling through the lock picks.
So using which path?
What are my paths here? Oh wait, no, that's right. I'm looking at the character sheet on Roll20, not my Google Docs, because we did the conversion. God damn it. And I instinctively clicked YouTube. That is not what I need right now. Damn it.
I do that too. Sometimes on my phone, I instinctively just hit Twitter when I don't want to anymore because it's
I had
just
to get rid of mine.
there. It's like I got to move the app, so I stopped doing that.
I have an Android and it updated automatically, so I thought that I just lost it for a while because I forgot that they changed the fucking name.
And color scheme and font.
Yeah.
So far, I'm refusing to update just for spite.
I changed my password and then never put it in again.
I've got Hellfire. I do have lightning. I do have elemental channelings. I don't think freezing the lock would do any good right about now, or melting it for that matter.
I mean, melting it would get
Melting it would get rid of it.
That would,
but it would also
noticed.
leave a very large bit of evidence that somebody broke in.
I mean, for all you know, there's somebody waiting on the other side of the door. I mean, we just watched them go inside.
Yeah, plus you said they probably had cameras. So you might be on camera.
Keep your head down, it'll be fine.
I mean, I would hope that the DM would tell me if something would have been that obvious. Kevin.
I never said things were obvious.
I walked around the entire building. I found windows that were frosted over. I found a back entrance. Did I see cameras?
None that you noticed.
Son of a bitch. I mean, at this point, I'm already picking the locks, and there's no way to. I'm assuming you're not going to let me retcon that just to be on the safe side. So fuck it.
Well,
May
we
as well.
gotta figure this out. Like,
Yeah, I may as well try the
no
magic.
risk, no gain.
I gotta get one of those cameras that's on like a little rope. Also, I'll put that on my list.
So
I
a camera on a rope?
Like, so you can
that's
slide
not-
under a door.
Oh,
You're talking about worm cameras.
Yeah.
They're not
Oh,
necessarily a rope, but they are
Well, it's like
I'm
rope
adjustable.
shape. I
picturing a
forgot the name.
fucking baby cam tied to a piece of string.
I mean, depending on the situation, that could be good too. You have to
or
get it over a wall.
put like a hemp rope around like a outside camera. And you're just like,
You both embody. You embody both Fred and George Weasley.
A high compliment.
So if you're doing Hellfire, then do your two dice
Like-
pools you have associated with that.
Firearms, I think, and something else.
Yeah. Perception and martial arts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you're a firebender, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah. So perception and martial arts.
Yep.
Copy that. You know, we make jokes about the awareness and perception being the one that we roll the most, and then almost instantaneously 5 other different types of sets.
Yep.
Perception, martial arts. That gives me 6 total.
Thought that was success for half a second. I was like,
No,
"Dang."
sorry, haven't rolled it yet. 3 successes.
That would have been really
Alright.
cool, though.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Alright, so you do your little thing, melt the lock.
Whoa. I did not say melt the lock. I said try to use electricity to magnetize it to try and open it.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
see
said Hellfire.
There's
Hellfire is my path.
There is a so Hellfire, it's primarily the fire, but there are
Elements.
aspects of it that you can
Yeah.
Oh,
change.
okay. I've never
Um,
seen it before.
Yeah, so you can there's like decay, dust storms, sleet, smoke, earthquake,
Lightning.
lightning, tanglewood, and drowning tide.
Englewood?
Tanglewood.
Wait, Drowning Tide. We're by the bay, aren't we?
You're always by the bay in Baltimore City.
My point exactly. That might be my next
The
go-to.
old bay.
What is that?
Don't be distracted by Discord.
What is that?
It's Station.
What is that aside from God Ugly? Or God
I
Awful
mean,
Ugly?
that's not very nice.
I don't
Oh,
give a
from Bill and
shit.
Ted's
Bogus
Excellent
Journey.
Bogus
There's a
Journey.
whole scene where they go to the electronics store, buy a bunch of electronics to make up electronic stuff.
Make robotic Bill good Bill and Ted's or robotic usses to fight the evil robotic usses.
Exactly.
Ah.
He can make one word mean anything, even though he only says his name. It can make his name mean anything.
So you're magnetizing the lock?
Or at least trying to magnetize the lock picks to try and undo what would be a more complicated lock.
Well,
Like,
you roll
okay.
good successes, so something happens and unlocks.
I just mysterious this door open, guys.
Yeah, I think we're thinking 2 different advanced locks. I was thinking a multi tumbler lock with
Yeah.
different pins and stuff. So magnetism doesn't really would work
Yeah,
as well.
micromagnetism to be able to adjust the pins.
Magnetism.
Like in that show 3 Inches.
I have no fucking idea what all of these references you're making are, Luke. At any given time, I rarely know what you're talking
That's
about.
good. That means there's a whole bunch of new stuff you could learn about.
No.
Could.
No. Anyways, something happened. The door unlocks. I'm hoping there's not another person that just unlocked it in front of me.
Yeah, 3-inch dude apparently. So it unlocks. So you can open and go into the building.
As stealthily as I possibly can.
You're muted, Katrina. Oh, okay. She was talking to the baby. I thought she was talking to us.
Ah.
And now the baby's unmuting you. And I'm muting.
She's having a grand old time.
You walk in and it's the section you walk into is basically see some tall ceilings with those fans flying around with lights. Not flying around, you know. The woo woo big old fans.
Leilani.
Overhead lights. You see
So it looks like a warehouse.
and the section you're in, but you see that they built an entire like inner complex within the facility itself,
Oh, okay.
with different facilities and stuff. And as you're stealthing in, you just hear over an announcement. It's like detecting intrusion.
Oh, damn.
And as that says, you do see the agent you saw earlier come out of a door on the side. It's like, we know someone is here. We suggest you come out of your hiding and surrender. Otherwise, we will be forced to use lethal force. And I don't think you or us would, well, more you would appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
I'm sorry, like it's time to go and Katrina. Just
Yeah.
get your going, I'm out.
I tried to unmute, but because he turned my camera off last, it automatically turned the camera off. Out in the car, Holly's like, it's probably fine, right? Probably fine. What could go wrong?
So
Oh.
yeah, if I could channel air to GTFO. I don't have any air element at the moment, if that matters.
I was like, I don't think air is an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to use one of the other.
Wait, no, you said something about dust.
Did you purchase dust? Remember each of those aspects you had to purchase.
No, sleet. Well, I mean, I have the XP too. I've not purchased anything else, but no, I took specifically sleet and lightning first. So I'm just gonna head back out the door I came in, and hopefully they won't see me.
As you leave, you just hear as you're trying to walk out, it's like, well, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad I got the fuck out of there as soon as I did.
All right, so what were you doing?
What were you
Well, I
doing when
was
Talon died from
I
explosions?
had my fingers crossed that Torque knew what he was doing. So I guess I was just waiting in the car to see if anyone was going in or out of the building or getting around. He was basically still in the car looking up on his phone trying to see if he could find out anything about this location. And didn't seem that much. In the back seat of the car.
Not a ton on the location. It's listed as a vacant building. If you look up SStat, which is the system to find out who owns buildings and stuff, it is owned by the name of it is just like some random Greek man's name who
So
apparently
Clear Shell Company.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty clear. Thing is, it's not uncommon for this kind of stuff in Baltimore City, so we actually have a major issue here of people buying
Also-
property and just abandoning it and never coming to the city.
Fun fact, apparently, a bunch of recent real life Freedom of Information Act stuff has revealed that the FBI has been using the same couple of code names for like 40 odd years to purchase properties as shell companies, and it's literally like a fake name. And they've been using the same names, the same like 4 names for like 60 years. And that was after they knew that the public had learned what these names were, and they kept fucking using it.
I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't you think
so
the
that's-
public would assume they would change it and then they don't have to?
I still feel like just for the safety, you should change it anyway.
As soon
like
as
it
somebody
wasn't
knows.
like, oh, somebody found out. They literally published it in a national newspaper. It wasn't like, oh, someone found out. No, they published it in like the Sun or the Times. Like it was a big fucking newspaper that they posted it in. And yeah. But yeah, that was the thing that I learned recently that I was like, that is both the most disappointing and realistic thing I've ever heard about government in a while.
Yo.
Alright, so talking to that, you were looking. What was Holly doing?
I don't think I have time to finish one, but she wouldn't know that. The best thing I can think of is to maybe attempt to ritually cast Sorcerer Sight again.
Hmm.
Well, what do I have to do again to cast it, to fast cast a ritual?
Is this alchemy or no? This quintessence.
This is quintessence. I don't have my stuff to do alchemy. I wouldn't be able to. That
Well,
doesn't make sense.
normal spell just takes rounds, so to speak, instead of minutes. And then to fast
Isn't it
cast,
harder?
no, not
Oh,
for. It's rituals allow you to do more powerful things, and then if you have alchemy or enchantment, or I think it's enchantment, you can only do those with rituals because you're creating items. Everything else actually defaults to the normal casting, which is in rounds.
okay.
Fast casting is within moments. That's harder. So instead of something that takes you like 4 rounds to cast, you do it like 1 round. That's fast casting. That's
Okay.
harder. But anything that's not enchantment and alchemy, and I think one other, defaults to the normal casting time, which is not ritual.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll try to do like just do quintessence manipulation just to see if I can see any magic happening in the area.
Would she,
Difficulty is still 6.
Mhm.
No, don't take my dice. I need all of these.
considering how close we've worked with each other, would she be able to tell when mine is going off in the back that it was mine, or is it just a ping on the radar, so to speak?
It might depend on what it rolled.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
technically most
Shit
sorcerers and
ball.
mages do have a resonance to them that you can kind of tell their signature if you know it well enough. Like everybody has that little
That
quirk.
would be the case if I had rolled a single success, but I rolled 2 1s, which ate my only successes.
So
Braden
does
fart.
Oh, fuck me, I botched. Ah, tit.
Oh no. Wait, so Torque didn't blow up. The vehicle blew up because she was casting.
Damn it. I did one thing, Leilani, and my dice fucked me.
You're trying to do
Ow,
a spell on
thank
your
you.
eyeballs, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's probably not going to affect the car very much, I hope.
No, it'll just be me.
Oh
Depends
wow.
on how badly the eyes explode.
Wait, why?
Katrina, you seem to be lucky.
Maybe it's like a cyclops
Yeah?
situation.
Quintessence manipulation is one of the ones that don't have price of failure attached to them.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. Yeah, that just basically means you have failed totally. And
But
I'll
I don't
just
blow up.
nope. Quintessence manipulation is one that it doesn't so some paths have what's called price of failure, where botching is exceedingly bad.
Yeah, like Hellfire.
Yeah, Hellfire, Oniomancy, and a few others. But Virginia got lucky.
I'm only learning this now. What the fuck?
No, you were definitely told that you could be burned by your own fire.
Don't recall that in our session where I sat down and chose Hellfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
We-
sure. I
we
feel
did tell
like
ya
we definitely told
that-
you.
Yeah, just like having a critical fail chart.
Yeah, so Hellfire, the one thing to note, you're not immune to your own fire.
So
So
make sure it's pointed away from you.
yeah, so a total botch is essentially backlash onto you in some way. It also means that if you're surrounded by bad guys, please don't drop the fireball at your feet.
I know I'm not playing Demona anymore, okay?
Yeah.
Despite the similarity. God, I do a lot of similarities between the
Yeah.
characters.
So you cast that. You do notice some quintessence in areas, some flow. You also do notice a individual walk out the building. They kind of buff black man. He's got a shaved head, wearing a flannel shirt with a lab coat over top of it, and he's just walking down the street. He just walks out, locks the door, and is like,
You see that guy?
Yeah. I assume I see him. You said he was in a lab coat?
Over a
That's-
flannel shirt?
Well,
Well, you got to put it on over what you're wearing.
and like cargo shorts and Crocs.
What the fuck?
You know, I tried to get Crocs recently. I didn't have time. Never enough time.
Would you want to?
Well, you know, I'm
Oh.
in the mood. I'm looking for some shoes that I can slip on and off and that are real casual. If I just need to do a drive-through or something, I don't need to get out of the car.
Price
I don't
slippers.
need to put a suit on for that.
Watch your fingers.
What do
So,
you, what?
what?
What do you put suits on for?
I don't.
I was going like, do you wear suits to Sears or something?
No, you get suits from Sears. You wear suits when you leave Sears if they're doing their job. So this guy in the lab coat is walking down the street. Is there anything around here that people would be walking down the street to? I mean, like, is there
Not
like
a lot. We're in like warehouse
restaurants
districts,
or
aren't we?
parking garages or anything like that?
Looking at Google Maps, the only thing you can see is a corner store about a
Mhm.
block or two away. That's the only thing of note besides a bunch of closed businesses.
When you say corner store, is that like a convenience store? Is that something get food, snacks?
Like a bodega.
Mhm.
So like a little store that has, you know what a bodega is?
No.
Really?
Huh.
Huh.
It's so a corner store is essentially like a mini mart convenience store like thing where you can get a mixture of weird things depending on the corner store itself. But
Right.
sometimes they'll make food there, like sandwiches.
Think of
It's like a
all of
tiny
those little
supermarket for
tiny
cities.
stores in New York City that you see in movies and video games and Miles Morales and stuff like that.
That's where Spider-Man gets his sandwich flattened.
Yeah, that's technically a bodega is only from
That's
certain
where
areas
cats
of New
live.
York
That's where
cities.
cats live.
Yeah, the bodega cat. Yeah.
I want to get the Spider-Man games, but I have not been able to get to them yet.
Too
They're
many
worth
games.
it eventually. Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm
seeing
almost done
this-
Final Fantasy 16. Last chapter.
I don't know how close I am. I haven't played in weeks. Anyways, I think Q will turn to Holly and say, "I'm gonna maybe this guy's probably related. I'm gonna see if what I can find out." And Q will exit the car and try to be quiet.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to go around the block to the corner store from a different direction, assuming that maybe this person is going there for snacks or something, and maybe he can get there about the same time if he hurries,
Right.
without looking like he's from the same direction.
All right, so you go into the corner store. You see a person behind the bulletproof glass. It's like, "Hey, haven't you're new? How's it going?"
Yes, thank you. And then I'll just go down one of the aisles and pretend to look at snacks while I wait for this guy.
A few moments later, say the guy shows up. He's like, "Hey, Doc, usual?" And the guy's like, "Yep, you know me."
I can make an assumption that this person works nearby. I'm gonna try to maneuver myself into a place where I can sort of see what he's getting and hear anything that they say if they talk about anything.
There you go.
I mean, depending on how loud they are, that could be halfway down the
Mhm,
aisles.
mhm.
Down the stores aren't that big, so you can very much.
Q has at least average hearing.
And they're just like, "So how's the work?" He's like, and the guy's like, "Yeah, the work's pretty good, normal, nothing bad, you know." "Oh, how's the watch the latest football match?" It's like, "Yeah, it's good, yeah." It's like, "Yeah." Now, Doc, I know you keep you want to know what I just learned about online? And the guy who from the building with the lab coat is like, "What'd you learn about this time?" The guy's like, "So, just recently read an article. Did you know that the moon is an illusion that's projected into space by giant holographic lasers? And that the real moon is actually populated and has colonies on it, but they don't want you to know." The guy on the lab coat's like, "Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
Goodbye.
It's like, yeah. So is this also related to the lizard folk that live on the moon, or are they a separate colony or a separate moon? Oh, conspiracies just upset Leilani. That's interesting.
Smart.
Sorry, the baby's lit up, so I'm trying to find someone to entertain her with.
I've heard babies like those little things that those little snacks come in that like sort of rattle when you shake it.
Mm-hmm.
Puffs. Babies
Yeah.
like puffs.
So they're just kind of chatting. What does Q do?
I think Q's gonna wait for a opening
Mhm.
and like try to get close and like try to edge in on this pointless small talk.
And then kind of goes like, "Hey, brother, how's it going?"
Oh, I noticed your coat. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Oh, what science you into?
Mostly the dry sciences. Machinery, clockwork things.
Oh, physicist.
Yeah, I do some of that. Dab quantum mechanics as a interest, electromechanics. You know, anything mechanical where it's all cause and effect. I'm really into that. That's the basis of all science, really. If you know what you're looking at.
In
That's
a
the goal.
way, yes.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is to figure out what causes what and why things happen. What's your field?
Yes.
Do you do the same thing, physics?
Physics, chemistry, a lot of the physical sciences, some biology. I'm a bit of a polymath, but my doctorate is in microbiology. You've heard of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my field, but I have some friends who are really into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what I do. That stuff. Surprised that so you like a professor, a student?
No, I work in a small realm. That's not the right word. I'm not good with words. I'm good with science. I work on like repairing, refurbishing machines, you know, small appliances, electronics, things like that. It's just a simple
Repairman.
I do repairs, I do upgrades, I do fixes, I do adjustments. I mostly that's just a way to fund my other interests, you know, which is doing that on a bigger scale.
So
Repairman is my day job.
right.
I was never good at the official clock in, clock out, fill out charts and paperwork type of job. You know, that just gets in the way, I think, sometimes.
So the science part of the science.
That's not
the
the science part. That's
documentation.
the bureaucracy part.
The documentation of the shit that you're doing.
Yeah, if you
document what I
don't write
need
it
to.
down, it's not science.
I write down what I find and what I want to find, but I don't like send in TPS reports or whatever.
The difference between science and screwing around is writing it down.
Mythbusters have told us.
Well, Torque's not there.
Yeah,
Torque's arrested in a warehouse right now.
Did you just basically say fuck you in your own language?
Trying to be polite.
Right. So yeah, the paperwork and stuff, that's very important. So we know what's going on. You can replicate results.
Yes, I do that, obviously. I'm talking about like balancing. No, that's not right. You know, I don't even know what it is because I don't do it.
Balancing equations, which is also vital to
That's not what I meant. I
good.
meant like requesting funds or explaining my
grants.
Yes, I don't deal with grants. Do you deal with grants? Are you in the local college research?
I
thing?
used to be, and I got really good at grant writing, and but I couldn't get tenure because I'm black, so I
Oh, that's
entered
a
a different
bummer.
field. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say there's other reasons, but we all know the real reason.
We all know the reason.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I was never good at the interpersonal parts of that's required, the politics, the social things you need to get ahead in official academia.
That's why you get tenure, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I was never
But-
good at that sort of thing. Do you
Well,
so you're doing microbiology around here? There's no labs around here that I know of.
Well, that's my what my degree is. I do other things for government work. Department of
Oh.
Defense. Can't really talk about it.
Sure. Drones. I get it.
No, I don't do drones.
No. Well, why would you? You're a biologist.
I can think of reasons.
Really?
Well, yeah, you
I-
use drones to deploy biological warfare stuff, which is highly illegal, and we
Oh.
never would do it.
No, surely not. America would never. I was looking at it in a completely different direction.
Oh, you were thinking about bioorganic drones that are actually
Yeah,
insects and stuff.
exactly.
We tried that in World War II. Bats really suck.
And they're slow. Like the smaller it gets is nice, but then it doesn't travel very fast. I never got where they thought those nanobot swarms in the movies could do all that stuff. They wouldn't
Real-
move that fast.
Red ribbon vibes now.
Red Ribbon, the Goku army.
Dragon Ball, yes.
We got that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so Agent Pink is, but anyway,
Agent
As
Pink.
somebody that's only seen Dragon Ball Abridged, I'm so fucking confused.
the Red
No,
Ribbon
no.
Army used color-coded names for lots of their agents.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he froze. Okay, now he's back.
Just like Pulp Fiction, was it? No, it was the other one. Anyways,
Reservoir
Yeah,
Dogs.
DBZ has a lot of references, or DBZA does have a lot of references to original Dragon Ball, but Red Ribbon was far more prevalent in the original Dragon Ball series itself,
mhm,
especially when
I
Goku
just
tore
remember
the
when the-
ass through the entire camp.
when that kid said a fishful of dollars, I thought that was funny. That's about all I remember from Dragon Ball. Anyways,
Ah, Yeah, but
does this guy have like a science badge on? Sometimes
Uh,
they wear their badge on the lab coat.
yeah, he's got a badge. It says Dr. Bennett Norse.
Dr. Bennett Norse.
Mhm.
Interesting.
And it's got his picture, and he's just like,
Typical picture.
but
So
he's like,
ideally Q would be trying to get some sort of information, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
he's like, but yeah, so it's pretty good. But yeah, can't really talk much about my work, which is unfortunate. It's really fun work. Anyway,
Ask if you can apply for a job.
You know, if you need anyone who is good at the more mechanical side of work, I'm always looking for new opportunities and you know what you'd say, well-funded, well-resourced systems.
well, I mean, I can't really offer any jobs, but
Hmm.
here's a business card to where you can go get a job with the government if you want to apply. But you're gonna hate it.
They like, yeah, that's true.
It's very bureaucratic.
That's the last thing I want. What about like people who the government that does secret things? What if they hire people that aren't on the bureaucratic side? You know what I mean?
It's all bureaucratic side is the government.
Yeah, but I mean, if surely they hire people that don't.
I worked
deal
at
with that
Fort
part of it.
Meade once and had to go through 5 different checkpoints just to take a shit.
That's 3 too many.
Man, must have been a hell of a day for Taco Bell Tuesday.
At that rate, you just do that on the weekend. You
No,
don't
we-
take that chance.
Note, we did have a friend who worked for the government at certain facilities that did complain one time that it had to go to like 3 or 4 checkpoints to go to the bathroom, and it was horrible certain days. One thing when he got a new position was like, yeah, I only have to go through like one little checkpoint. It's amazing. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, secret stuff. You have to get known or do something, and maybe clandestine stuff. But I don't really know about that stuff. That's
Yeah, that's above our pay grades.
yours maybe.
Well, you don't know. Yeah, I mean it's true.
I get paid pretty decently.
All right, that's good. Probably good benefits.
Great benefits actually in my
Probably
position.
working on some weird thing. Yeah,
The government job.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
like full benefits and everything. In
all
fact,
for me, none for you. That's what the government says.
no. You know, you're confusing me because at one point you're like government job, and the next point you're like anti-government. Now
You're
there
thinking
are
banks.
yeah, there are organizations in the government that might suit you better than others. Have you ever considered the Park Service?
I was in the woods recently.
You might be really good with that because They need people to fix vehicles.
Uh-huh.
You don't deal with bureaucracy and people as much. And it's very dry.
That does sound good.
And you can
That
often
seems like-
sometimes wear a nifty brown uniform.
Well, no, thank you.
Could be green.
I
Anyway,
appreciate your advice. And it was nice to meet you, Mr.
Yeah.
Bennett.
my sandwich and Dr. Pepper are done, so I'll be leaving you.
All right.
As
What
you
a
got
fancy meeting.
the guy behind the counter is like, "You gonna buy shit?"
Yeah, give me these.
Like, all right, come again.
Yep. Does that guy always like turn you down on all your intelligent ideas about what's really going on? He's
Oh,
kind
the
of a
complete-
square.
No, the conspiracy series I look up online just to annoy him and screw with his head. Nah, man. I just do it to screw with him. I know how he feels.
That I love that so much.
Yeah. Last week I was trying to convince him that Australia didn't exist.
There's like a secret of other Australia. There's like a fake Australia, right?
Yeah,
I've
it's a
heard-
New
I've heard of
Zealand
that one.
plot. Yeah, it's a plot from New Zealand.
I love this bodega
They don't want all
owner.
those people.
Yeah,
That's
they
very
drug
cool.
you, they drug you on the plane and stuff. Yeah.
That is also the most accurate Baltimore citizen you've ever portrayed.
Yeah.
That's concerning on a number of levels.
Bodega owner that just throws the shit out of the regular customer. Yeah.
Note the local mini store near us did have a conspiracy nut running it, and I used to go there regularly to have food and hurt my head. Sandwiches were damn good though.
Sometimes you got to go a long way to get a good sandwich, and it's worth it.
Yeah, because I used to walk by from off the bus when I was going to college. I just
Mhm.
walked right by, walked in. Pretty good.
All right.
Had
Well,
some
I
good treats for
guess
us.
we learned almost nothing, but we learned something.
Mhm.
Perhaps it'll come up in a later season. Q
Well,
will
we
return.
learned the name of a dude that
That's
works
true.
in the building.
Dr.
We know what he looks like.
Norse.
I'm assuming that if somebody were to try and steal his face, they would not be able to mimic whatever the fuck his style is. Because goddamn,
Flannel
That's
Style or
shirt.
again.
mannerisms.
I mean, yeah, but what's wrong with a flannel shirt, cargo pants, Crocs, and a lab coat?
You have to be
Everything.
comfortable. You have to be
Everything.
comfortable where you work. He's not there to impress you for looking.
It's a
up with
government
the
job.
code.
They have protocol.
He's
If
like,
you
he's
have to
got
go
like
I mean,
through
it is
special
a government
position.
job in what's clearly like a shadow organization.
Yeah, this
shadow
is like a
branch of the
black site. You don't
government.
want to have
Yeah.
people in suits. They'd be noticed. Based on nothing. So we have, what was his name? Preston, Breton.
Maybe
His first name, Dr.
put it
Norse.
in
I
the
know his last
chat.
name was Dr. Norse.
No, Norse is his first name. Bennett's
What?
his last name.
Norse Bennett.
Yeah, the names
Oh,
are
like in-
reversed on name tags often.
Everything's backwards in the government.
they identify.
So we have a name. Q goes back to the car in the way that he went there, which is around the block. So Dr. Norse doesn't look at him. Hopefully. But this has been a while. So what's the what's Stork
Well,
do I get?
So, I will say you all kind of meet up at the car, and we'll actually be ending there because Leilani is getting very fussy.
Uppity.
she- yeah, she's tired. It's 10:30. She needs her sleepy. Yeah. So,
But she's too excited to go to sleep.
Yeah.
There's too much stuff going on.
so we'll be ending there. Just a summary of things. You found a crime scene. Two dead bodies, drained of blood potentially.
Mm-hmm.
You
Magical
know
vehicle.
that, yeah, a magic-ish vehicle, some government agency involved, but 4 supernatural people at the campus you guys never talked to. And
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
that about? I wonder.
Well, we'll never know.
Holly
unless-
didn't think it was important.
Yeah,
Were they
unless-
students?
You never know. That wasn't important apparently to
I
Holly.
mean, yeah, well, not
I
nobody.
did like peg them, but they
Whoa.
weren't.
That's a
Yeah,
bit
shut
early.
up.
in the-
Okay, what I meant like I like clocked what they looked like and everything, but I wasn't like
It's a
as-
crime scene.
Um,
So I think if we go back the next day, we can do that spell again, hopefully, and maybe they're just regulars in the area.
all good. And thank you all for joining us this day. next time we'll further investigate things and see how things go. So yeah, keep checking our channel out. Our upload schedule is all over the
Whack.
place, so bear with us.
Sorry.
Watch what's up. We should be doing a batch of uploads shortly. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your days. Bye.